We talk a lot about tools, methodologies, and frameworks, but rarely about the one thing that actually decides how a project feels every day: leadership style. And trust me, teams feel it long before leaders do. Leadership is not simply giving direction, it is the emotional climate system of a project. Teams don't react to tasks, they react to the leader's behavior. Every leadership style shapes morale, motivation, psychological safety, and ultimately delivery performance. Great project managers don't copy one style, they diagnose, adapt, and apply the right one at the right phase. Below is a deep dive into the most common leadership styles and how they influence team morale, decision-making, trust, and execution quality. 1. Autocratic leadership, fast decisions, low spirit definition. Leader makes decisions alone. Strict control, little input from team. Impact on morale. Short-term benefit, clarity, speed, no ambiguity during crises. Long-term damage. Suppressed creativity, fear of making mistakes, robot behavior. Team members feel replaceable rather than empowered. Use case. Crisis mode, emergency projects, RRPM, rapid response PM, military-style deadlines. Danger. If used beyond the crisis phase, it creates burnout, disengagement, and quiet quitting. 2. Democratic leadership, high involvement, high ownership definition. Leader asks for ideas, encourages open discussion, and includes team in decision-making. Impact on morale. Employees feel valued. Right-pointing arrow, morale rises sharply. Higher creativity and psychological safety. Strong commitment. I helped build this decision, I'll defend it. Use case. Planning, brainstorming, retrospective sessions, transformational change initiatives. Danger. Consensus can slow decisions, and inexperienced teams may over-debate. 3. Transformational leadership, inspires, elevates, energizes definition. Leader sets a compelling vision and pushes the team toward growth and innovation. Impact on morale. Creates purpose-driven teams. Increases resilience under pressure. Teams believe they're building something meaningful. Inspires innovation and risk-taking. Use case. Organizational change, large-scale transformations, innovation-heavy projects. Danger. May unintentionally ignore team fatigue. Inspiration cannot replace operational discipline. 4. Transactional leadership, stability, predictability, rewards definition. Clear structures, defined KPIs, rewards for success, penalties for failure. Impact on morale. Works well with junior teams who need clarity and routine. Reduces anxiety because expectations are explicit. Encourages consistent output, but limits innovation. Use case. Repetitive processes, PMO governance, compliance-heavy industries. Danger. Can create a minimal effort culture where people work only for rewards. 5. Servant leadership, empathy, trust, loyalty definition. Leader prioritizes the team's needs, removes obstacles, focuses on people before tasks. Impact on morale. Creates the highest psychological safety. Builds loyalty. Teams willingly go beyond expectations. Empowers self-organization and autonomy. Use case. Agile environments, Scrum, Kanban, creative teams, cross-functional squads. Danger. If not balanced with firmness, team may lack discipline or boundaries. 6. Laissez-faire leadership, freedom with risk definition. Leader provides minimal direction, team operates independently. Impact on morale. For expert teams, right-pointing arrow, freedom boosts morale and creativity. For inexperienced teams, right-pointing arrow, confusion, lack of structure, frustration. Perceived as absence of leadership if unchecked. Use case. Senior R&D teams, design, data science, autonomous Scrum teams. Danger. Projects drift without alignment, accountability becomes unclear. 7. Coaching leadership, growth, skill building, long-term strength definition. Leader focuses on developing individuals' abilities, frequent feedback, personalized guidance. Impact on morale. People feel invested in right-pointing arrow, morale rises. Increases team capability and adaptability over time. Builds future leaders inside the team. Use case. Organizational capability building, junior teams, succession planning. Danger. Requires time and emotional energy, not ideal for fast crisis environments. 8. Charismatic leadership, magnetic energy, fast alignment definition. Leader uses energy, communication, and personal influence to motivate. Impact on morale. High enthusiasm, rapid engagement. Team often rallies behind the leader emotionally. Great for kickoffs or morale recovery. Use case. Project restarts, turnarounds, motivation dips. Danger. Overdependence on the leader, right pointing arrow, morale collapses if the leader leaves. How leadership style directly affects project outcomes. Leadership style shapes both the emotional and operational climate of a project, and its impact can be seen immediately in morale, productivity, and decision quality. Autocratic leaders drive speed and clarity in urgent situations, but their command-heavy structure often lowers morale and suppresses creativity, which reduces long-term innovation. Democratic leaders elevate morale by inviting participation and giving team members a voice, which increases ownership and commitment, though at the cost of slower decision cycles. Transformational leaders inspire purpose and resilience, enabling teams to push boundaries and stay motivated during difficult phases. This creates breakthrough outcomes but demands careful management of team fatigue. Transactional leaders provide structure, predictability, and accountability, which stabilizes delivery in routine environments but may limit flexibility and initiative. Servant leaders foster extremely high morale by removing obstacles and empowering people, resulting in strong loyalty and sustainable delivery, especially in agile teams. Laissez-faire leadership delivers either exceptional or disastrous results depending on team maturity. Experts thrive under autonomy, while inexperienced teams struggle without direction. Coaching leadership steadily builds capability and confidence, improving long-term performance and creating a self-reliant team, though it requires time to mature. In every case, the leader's style directly influences how the team feels, how they behave, and ultimately how effectively the project moves from concept to completion. The secret. Adaptive leadership. A genius-level project manager uses leadership styles like tools, not personality traits. The best leaders shift styles depending on project phase, initiation versus crisis versus delivery, team maturity. Tuckman. Forming, storming, norming, performing, urgency level, risk landscape, organizational culture. Example. In planning, right-pointing arrow, democratic; in innovation, right-pointing arrow, transformational; in execution, right-pointing arrow, transactional; plus coaching; in crisis, right-pointing arrow, autocratic, short-term; in agile teams, right-pointing arrow, servant leadership. This flexible approach creates peak morale plus peak performance. Remember that morale is not an emotion, it is the team's interpretation of leadership behavior. Morale rises when people feel safe, valued, capable, and part of a meaningful mission. The right leadership style activates these signals at the right time. Conclusion. Leadership style is the biggest determinant of team morale, and morale is the biggest determinant of project success. Brilliant project managers don't choose a style. They engineer the emotional environment that the project needs.